I wanted to take the time today to talk about my experience living in a big city in Germany and a small city in Germany. What's up everyone, my name is Silas. I'm an American living in Germany. Guten Morgen, kleiner Baum. Ah!
Excuse me.
What are you eating?
Schokolade and coffee. Coffee and Flunder. Prost. Get your camera out of my face.
Many of you have asked me about the rules to American football. And I'm going to make one very soon, but I'm waiting to do the video with a German so that they can explain what I say in German. I think it'll be easier. Meanwhile, this is called a helmet and it protects your head. Right now I'm switching face masks from this one to this one. This one has these extra little bars right here. If you watched my vlogs last year, you know that I played American football here in Germany for a team called the Frankfurt Universe.
Und ist unterwegs! Silas Nacita! Richtung Endzone! Touchdown Frankfurt Universe! Silas Nacita!
It's the American football team in Frankfurt, Germany. And I really enjoyed my time there. Frankfurt is a really cool city. It's got a big city feel with some old town Germany in it. But Marburg is more German to me. Ta-da! Finally. That was a lot harder than I was expecting. Here's the new face mask. I'm ready for the weekend. So like I said, this week my team, the Marburg Mercenaries, are playing against the Frankfurt Universe. And because we're playing Frankfurt, I wanted to take the time today to talk about my experience living in a big city in Germany and a small city in Germany. So I'm just gonna go through categories. The first one, transportation. How do you get around? In Frankfurt, I got around mainly by the U-Bahn, which is like a train. It's actually really efficient, it's really quick. I lived right outside of a U-Bahn station, so it worked out perfect for me. I could hop on it and I was downtown in like 5 minutes. I loved it. And it's also a really cool experience to just see all the different people on the train.
I'm trying to utilize the public transportation system. You gotta love public transportation because there's so many people in here speaking different languages. Or whatever they're called. They like travel on top of the streets and underneath the streets. So they're really handy to get around, especially in a big city.
But if you want to take a car, oftentimes you're gonna run into traffic and it's really frustrating. In Marburg, you can hop in the car and go anywhere around Marburg and there's not gonna be much traffic. You can hop in a car and be anywhere in the city in under 15 minutes. You can also walk right downtown and it only takes 10 to 15 minutes. One of the most annoying parts about driving a car in Frankfurt was finding a place to park. It was so hard to find a place to park, even outside my apartment, and I hated that.
It's all right. This is good. This is beautiful. They're on the curb too. Look at, see them? They're on the curb. We're good.
At the end of the season, I got a moped, and that was by far the best way to get around. If you're in a big city, moped is always the way to go. In Frankfurt, there's a lot more stores you can go to. They have a huge outdoor area called the Mietsaal.
Downtown Frankfurt, it is popping. There are lots of people from all over the world who come through here.
In bigger cities, you're gonna have way more options to shop. If you wanna go downtown, if you wanna feel like you're in America, because there's tons of shops, Frankfurt's the place to go.
And if you're ever feeling homesick in Germany as an American, all you gotta do is just go to this mall. It feels just like you're back in America.
In Marburg, there's a lot less stores. You have everything that you need as far as food and clothing and all that. But sometimes there's things that you need that you just can't find in Marburg. You might have to drive to Gießen or another bigger city to find what you're looking for. I really like how when I'm walking around downtown Marburg, I'll run into people that I know. Every day that I've walked down the street in Marburg, I've run into either my teammates or someone that I've met in town.
What's up, bro?
What's up, dog?
Dude, we need need one of those. Where'd you get that?
Where you get that bike at? Frankfurt, I would rarely see people that I knew walking around because it's such a big city. I pretty much only saw people that I knew when we planned on seeing each other. Smaller towns definitely have a more German feel to me. You look outside and you see trees and mountains. There's a castle in Marburg, which is super cool. I'm literally living in a castle town, Marburg. Burg means like castle. In a smaller city, you feel a lot more like you're living in Germany. Frankfurt felt more like living in the US. It's very modern. I didn't feel like I was far away. I didn't feel like I was in a different country. There definitely are beautiful spots in and around Frankfurt. It's just not like everywhere. You don't just look outside and think, wow, I'm in Germany. You kind of have to like go find those spots. And then when I was there, I thought, wow, I'm definitely in a different country. Probably the most annoying thing about living in Frankfurt to me, other than parking, but it all fits together, is how noisy it was. I lived near the place where the ambulances and the fire trucks came out of, so I always heard sirens. I'm not gonna lie, the sirens in my neighborhood, probably the most annoying part about living here. They are every day, non-stop. Most of the time, I tune them out. Sometimes it's like, ugh! I probably heard a siren 5 times a day for the whole time that I was living in Frankfurt. However, Frankfurt did have a lot more things to do. It's a big city. You could go down to the river, you can go shopping. They had this thing called City Beach, which was my favorite place to go. Put like a little beach with a pool on top of a building in the middle of a city. They had a lot of parks, a zoo, pretty much anything you could think of, Frankfurt has it. There are less things to do in Marburg. You pretty much just have downtown Marburg and the river. Living in Frankfurt, it felt like everybody was there to just work. And I think that's actually true because most people who work in Frankfurt don't live in Frankfurt. So every day people commute to Frankfurt just to work. And so living in Frankfurt, it just kind of felt like you were living in this just work town. I could see myself settling down in a town like Marburg, but not in Frankfurt because it just feels like a place that you could settle down. It's a lot more quiet. You rarely hear sirens. You rarely hear honking. I love living in Frankfurt. It was a new experience for me. I would never be able to live in a city like Frankfurt full time. That's just me because I don't like the congestion. I don't like all the noise. It's not very restful, but it is an awesome city to live for a season, to go check out the city, to live right in the heart of everything going on. You can hop on the U-Bahn and go downtown and see all these people from all over the world. And the best part about living in Frankfurt was that there was the main train station right in Frankfurt, as well as an airport. We're going to Berlin. So if I wanted to travel, which I always want to do, it is super easy to travel places when you live in Frankfurt. The airport is like 15 to 20 minutes away from where I lived, and the train station is right there as well. So you can go anywhere in the world right from Frankfurt. Overall, I think the main difference is Frankfurt's a lot bigger and there's a lot more people and more congested, but because of all that, there's more things to do. Marburg is a lot smaller, a lot less noisy, more of a family, homey type feel, but there's less things to do. Everyone has their own preferences, but those are just some of the differences that I noticed living in Frankfurt and in Marburg. But in both towns, I've had a great experience. I've had a great time living in Germany. I really enjoyed playing there, and I'm really excited to see all my old teammates.
Guten Tag.
You guys need a ride?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you know it's the greatest thing ever.
Germany is beautiful.
Love Germany, man. It's a good place to be.
I'm not very British, so I can't really.
This Sunday in Frankfurt, it's gonna be a blast. If you're in or around Frankfurt, come check out the game. And to all my Frankfurt fans out there, I'm super excited to see you. And I cannot wait to show you guys my experience in Bavaria because that was a whole different ball game. Let's go! Hello, Movitz. You want to say bye to Dieter? It is Dieter. You're the first person to find out.
Yeah,
Just Dieter! Woo!
How's it feel to name the most famous tree in Germany?
Awesome.
Bye, Dieter!
Heißt Dieter! Hat die meisten Stimmen!
If you're wondering where I got the name Dieter, I asked Moritz yesterday and he texted me that I should name him Dieter. And the majority of you guys voted and said you also like Dieter. So, congratulations, Moritz. It looks like it's gonna be a rainy practice tonight.
When it's over, I press rewind. Talking bands, I got it. Benjamins in my pocket. I traded my truth for some robbers, and he's playing Batman. Freddy's gonna rob him. Yeah. I got the Glock in my robbery. 17 shots, no 38.